Okay, I am ready. Thank you.
Hi.
Hi, Megan.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great. It is a pleasure and honor to speak to you. Thank you so much. This movie was a lot of fun. It looked like it was a lot of fun making it. I know that you guys
Yeah.
filmed in South Africa. Can you tell me a little bit about that experience of going and actually seeing and filming on the landscape?
Oh man. It was incredible. I mean, when I first got the call, when I spoke with our director Paul, when he said South Africa, I was like, I'm 100% in. And just getting there, I had never been. And first day, we start shooting, we're about an hour away from, Cape Town. And then, the next few days we're about 3 hours away. And the next few days we're about 7 hours away. And we're now like living in the desert, and like there's nothing out there as far as you can see. And we've got like this whole tent community. Our whole entire production was like in these tents in the desert. And it was just really, really amazing. I mean, there was like these spiders that would like kind of chase you, and you thought that they were chasing you, but really they were trying to like get in the shade of like your shadow. And there were
All
these
right.
cobras that were like black spitting cobras. And so if they actually like, if something happened, like someone's got spit in their face, they could actually like go blind. And so there were all these crazy like elements out there. But even with that kind of stuff, it was still like such an epic, amazing experience. And I mean, the sand dunes, everything about it was really, really beautiful and kind of like a once in a lifetime experience. And I really loved like living in the tents, and it was just fun. And then filming was amazing. And I mean, there was so much dirt though.
Mhm.
There was so much dirt that when I would get off work, I mean, I would have dirt in my hair, in my ears, up my nose. When I'd be talking, I could feel like little pieces of gravel in my teeth. And like, it was pretty intense trying to get all the dirt out the night
Right.
before, only to get it all back in the next day.
Oh wow. Now I know in the movie you play Dash. You are a
Yeah.
mechanic, you are a driver, you
Hmm.
do a lot. And there's a lot. What I love is there's a lot of action-packed scenes and you really get down in there. So I was wondering, what was the training like? You guys are also dealing with a lot of weapons. Was there a lot of physical and weapons training?
Oh yeah, definitely. Natalie Molly, who was our films and military advisor, she was incredible. She's so badass. I mean, she's done things that like some women can only dream of. And she came, and she also had her guys on the ground, and they were teaching us all kinds of just different type of just training, from guns to the physicality to how you move together as a unit, to what the relationships are like and who does what. And it just was really, really interesting to learn everything. And we were working out and just learning how to run in the dirt. And just it was very intense, but it was a lot of fun, and it was a good challenge. And I really enjoyed the training aspect about it.
Right. Now it's Monster Hunter. You're hunting monsters. Monsters are hunting you. Now I
Hmm.
know a lot of this obviously is CGI. As an actress, I was wondering, when you're put in that environment, how do you go about the process of staying in that scene? Because it's all imaginary.
Right. Well, the cool thing is that that's one of the reasons I love that we actually went to South Africa, because the world that was created, a lot of it was actually there for us to see around us. I mean, it was like rocks and places that I had never seen before. I mean, things that are just totally mind-boggling, beautiful, and interesting, that you're actually seeing in person. And then in terms of the monsters, that's where Paul is such a genius, because he sees everything in his head, and the way that he explains it, he just has so much vision and like enthusiasm, and he would explain it where literally he would explain to us how tall the monster was, what the monster looked like. He could show us a picture. He would talk about like how close the teeth came here, and what the tail is doing here, and at what point it went under the sand here. And then like, we had green screen later on, but while we were filming there, we kind of had like this little silver ball in the sky, for kind of to give us a reference of like what we're looking up to. And the rest of it was like we were imagining the picture that he was painting for us. And he did such a brilliant job with that it wasn't that hard to do, to see it.
Did you ever play the game to use that also as a reference?
No, I had never played the game, but really talking to Paul on the phone the first time was when I really became aware of the game, and then I did my due diligence, and I just saw like what a massive, following it had, and how it's just like, it's a juggernaut, and so
Mhm.
just exploring like what are these different monsters and what is this world, and then okay, now that I have the world and I understand that, how the film is not an adaptation of the video game, it is the world inside the world that and I think everything about how he put this together and keeping true to the game, and I believe giving the audience that really support the game, really what they want, what they really expect, but also bringing in surprises that are unique to the way that he's telling the story without losing any integrity of what you expect and are betting on. I just thought was really smart.
Right. Now, what I love also about your character is this kind of camaraderie, the way how you guys are all just friends and how you create this bond. I was wondering, was there any bonding offset? Because it really comes through in the movie.
Oh man, for sure. When you imagine you're out there and you don't really have Wi-Fi, and you can't really be on your phone like that. I mean, for us, it was like getting together, in the food tent, and we're playing, all kinds of card games, and like, we would play games where one person has to act out a scene by themselves, and you have to guess like what cult classic movie it's from, just by seeing the person, and like one night I was acting out, what's the movie with Leonardo DiCaprio when he gets attacked by the bear?
Oh, I know exactly. The Revenant.
Yes, the Remnant. So that I got that movie, and so basically I had to act out being attacked by a bear like Leo was, all by myself, and they were able to guess it, and it was amazing. We got so close and tight knit that something like as obscure as being able to act that out, but not even use your voice, but just physically act it out, we knew what each other was doing, and so we just got very, very close, and kind of a little family, and it's pretty one of the best experiences I've had in my career.
Right. Now you play one of these always in all your roles. You're incredibly strong. You just have this great inspiration and strength that you seem with all of your characters. I was wondering, are you the type of person who looks at someone else to look for inspiration in order to bring that character out, or is it all just through the process of acting?
It's both. I try to bring the strength, but I also try to match it equally with vulnerability. And for me, a lot of it in terms of discovering who this character was like just creating the backstory. Where did she grow up? Where is she from? How many siblings does she have? What were her parents like? Who is she? Why did she go into this profession? Why is she passionate about this? What's her strength? What's her greatest weakness? Discovering that, and then sometimes you add in the element of like, someone that that's similar to this character, or someone that you're researching and you don't actually know them, but just finding all these kind of elements to live and breathe her, and to make her a fully thought out human being that is beyond just what you see that she experiences in the moment in the film, but also what she's experiencing in life in general, and how that relates to how she responds in the moment.
Right. There are a lot of wonderful moments in the movie. Is there one particular that you really enjoyed filming and how it came out?
um Gosh, there was a lot of them. I think for me, my favorite was when we get transported from the real world into the alternate world.
Uh-huh.
Being in the car,
Mhm.
they kind of like they took the entire car. Once we finally were out of the desert and we went to like a stage area, they put the car kind of like on a big rotisserie stick, if you will. And then they put us all in the car, and they're spinning the car on this rotisserie stick as we're spinning up and down like a bunch of times, and there's all these machines throwing sand and debris at us, and we're basically just trying to hold on to our seats, and that I think that was like one of my favorite scenes to shoot.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for speaking with me. I truly enjoyed it.
Of course, thank you for speaking with me.
No problem.